I don't want to say I'm getting concerned about being lost, but I'm really almost ready for this trek to be over, and I'm really having a hard time getting my bearings here in the woods. Oh, okay, a little option to go that way, but I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Well, wish me luck. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm not going this way. Okay, here we are, outside Kent Building Supplies and Dollarama. Up the road, you might think this is a weird place for a run, but we are actually on a little trail here, right on the side of the main road. And we're here today mainly because I'm curious where this trail goes exactly, and if I can get where I want to go and loop back here the way I want. So, I just noticed just now, it says here, Dobson Link, Park Trail, the Great Trail, NB Trail. It's got it all on here. And over here we even have Johnny Walker Lane. So long story, I want to see if I can go down here and hang a left, eventually take this little path and get to the actual big, well-known Dobson Trail, take that for a bit, and then come back here and get back to this spot. You know, again, here on the side of the road in Riverview, and get back here without having to go on any actual main roads. So that's the plan. Okay. Oh, couple little turns. Let's stop for 1 second. Little bridge down there. A little thing here that says Dobson Link. Huh. I was actually hoping we could go this way. I'm actually going to still go that way. I'm not going to follow the arrow. Maybe this arrow will be the way we'll loop back in a minute. But I'm going to keep going this way. Okay. Keeping with my original stubborn plan. So yeah, again, we're running alongside, parallel to the main road over here on my left. And I hope the camera looks okay. I'm not using my selfie stick today. I'm actually using a borrowed phone that has built-in image stabilization. So I'm hoping this will look better than my first video I did just holding my own phone in my hand. I found the selfie stick helps quite a bit. We'll see if this helps as much or more. Or more, I should say. Look at this, pretty cool. Little ice oval here. Canada unfortunately lost the gold medal game this morning in the Olympics hockey, but it was a good game though, nonetheless. The U.S. goalie played phenomenal, especially that one amazing save. Anyway, enough about that. But congrats to them, and congrats to Canada for a well-played game and tournament. But anyway, it's back to the running. This again, you can see we are very suburban here. So we're trying to run along this suburban area and get down to the main entrance to the Dobson Trail somehow. Here's where I'm not sure what's happening here. I've taken a weird turn. Okay, it looks like the imaginary trail I was looking for does not exist, but I can still take the sidewalk here. We'll just pause for a second here. So you can see where we're at. That's where I just came from. That's where I started out, up by those lights. So instead of running on a path through the woods, apparently for this stretch, we're taking a little sidewalk. Uh-oh, am I losing my sidewalk? Oh my goodness, this is turning out to be chaos. Which again, it makes it more interesting, I guess, but I'm across the street real quick, trying to get killed by cars. Oh, here's a nice paved section. Okay, not sure if you can see the little blue sign, but that's the trail. It's just across this little bridge. Ooh. Trail, 1960 to 2025. 65th anniversary. Very exciting. Okay, here's the main entrance. And the flag out front. Let's go. Let's get her started. And the idea is to try to go from here in here back to where I started earlier with some kind of a logical loop, avoiding any roads. So I was not successful on the way out here, but maybe I will be on the way back. As you can see, this is like a legitimate trail now. We're in the woods. Even the sound of the cars is starting to disappear. As you can see though, beautiful trail. I was here Thursday night with my grips on and it was beautiful running on here. It still is actually. This is really packed down and might have been a little more sticky on Thursday, but hard to say. Maybe it just feels that way because today I'm just wearing regular shoes and not these same shoes with crampons on them. So, a little opening here. It's gonna be a narrow path, sort of, or power lines. Here, let's see. Yeah, so I believe there'll be a spot here okay, there's a path option here, and up here, maybe a smaller one, or maybe this is the road I was thinking of. No, this is another small path, I think, because the power lines are right here. There we go. No path here. I lied. So, what I'm going for is, I don't know, another 500 meters or a kilometer from here. There's like a little back road. Not sure if it's meant for industrial use or just ATV use or something else, but that's where I'm going to try to turn and see if it magically loops back to somewhere I want to be. Actually, back where I started, like Kent. As you can see, though, still a beautiful trail. Nice and quiet, except for my yammering. Okay, I think we're coming up now to the opening / dirt road I was hoping to turn down. So this is a big moment. Will this go where I hope it goes or not? I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay, so the Dobson Trail, which we're on, goes straight here for another, 50 plus miles. But we are going to turn right down here as opposed to left up there or straight. So this is where I'm hoping This road, which covered in snow, feels like a trail, will take us back to the start. Little bridge, okay. Let's hear me huff and puff up the hill here. Do not drop the phone through these cracks. Oops, sorry for the camera work here, folks. I'm too paranoid about dropping my phone. Okay. Yeah, okay. More trail options. Another trail option there. I'm going to keep going on this road. So many options. Sorry for the crazy panning everywhere. As usual, I'm running too fast. I always say start slow. Especially today, I wasn't feeling too good because of my workout this earlier in the week. I really have no idea where I am at this point, but these power lines should be going back towards town, I think, if my sense of direction is correct. So I'll get back to civilization eventually, but I really have no idea where I am exactly. And there's the water tower, but oh, that's where I came in, I think. Maybe or not. I don't know. Let's check the sign. The sign here says caution, logging ahead. Interesting. So I'm actually gonna turn around. I think this little turn back here, I just passed where I saw the street lights in the distance, might be where I came in at the start. Oh, water tower and intersection in our sights, but I can't recall where that water tower is. You would think, having grown up in this town, I live in Moncton, but I lived in Riverview from the age of like 9 to 25 or something. I should know exactly where that water tower is. But yeah, again, that was the point of today, just kind of a silly, let's see where the trail goes and see if I can make it go where I hope it goes technique, which has been a bit awkward so far. But hey, I like to Google sometimes, but not so much for directions. Anyway, while we're going here, one other thing I want to mention. 2 pieces of advice. One, don't necessarily do this in the woods if it's a really, really wooded area. You don't want to get lost. But the real thing I want to mention is I talked about running slower earlier. And the best advice I ever got when I first started running, I could only run a minute or two at a time. And the best advice I ever got was 2 words. Run slower. A buddy who ran told me that. And it wasn't the run slow to run fast thing you hear all the time nowadays on YouTube and elsewhere. Or it wasn't the 80-20 rule of running slow 80% of the time, more intense 20% of the time. It was literally when you first start out, run as slow as you have to run to be able to keep going for 5 or 10 minutes. That's how I started running when I was 40. I did that one day, and I went from being able to run 2 minutes max at a time to like 5 or so, or 10 maybe, probably 5. And then I worked my way up to 5K. My first 5K was like 36 minutes or something. And then I started thinking about times, and I tried to bring my 5K time down and did some other silly running things. And now I'm back to that again right now. I'm trying to bring my 5K time back down to where it was about 13 years ago, which has been a challenge. I hoped to do it last year in my wishful thinking, but maybe this year. Although I think I might be running out of times. I might be running out of years to do that at 57. I did that when I was like 44, I think. Anyway, quick shot of the water tower here, folks, and then we'll see the intersection. Just find out where the heck we are. Where are we anyway? Oh, whoa! watching the camera, not watching where I'm going. Big pothole. I'm really curious how this stabilization is going to work. Doesn't look too smooth in my camera here. Again, the Riverview water tower. But of course, even with stabilization or selfie sticks or gimbals, whatever, I think focusing on trying to be as stable as possible on your own and then letting that kind of augment it is the way to go, as opposed to just hoping the stabilizer is going to do everything. Because right now I've not really been focused on the stabilization myself. Anyway, okay. We'll pause here, and the thrilling conclusion of where the heck that intersection is coming up. Where the heck are we? So I gotta stop for a second here. I think, yeah, I'm 90% sure this is Trites Road down there leading to White Pine. So if I go this way, I'm now on a road, which I'm actually, I don't want to run through the subdivision the whole way back. So I'm gonna go with this this little side road on this little trail on the side of the road here. See where this goes. This has been the most flailing route ever. I'm gonna take this side one here. This will be a fun way back to where we started. Okay, that trail wasn't much of anything. It just ran along beside this one, eventually merging into it. And yeah, oh, Callahan Road. I kind of half know where I am now. I'm gonna turn, go on the road here. But now we're stuck running on pavement, which I try to avoid. So basically the recap here is the loop I was hoping for didn't work, but I also passed a whole bunch of different options on the trail, which probably could have taken me where I wanted to go. Next time, I guess, just for fun, I'll go wild and look at a map first and maybe run this route just for the sake of running it, knowing where I'm going next time. Quick shot of the neighborhood so I don't film people walking by. Okay, of course, taking someone's house is kind of weird too. Anyway, I found another trail. So maybe this is kind of what I was hoping to do in the first place. This will probably take us back where we wanted to be. And if nothing else, it beats running on the road where it just was. Oh, a fork in the road. Oh no. I'm gonna go left-ish and hope my uncanny sense of direction takes us home. Okay, we're back deep in the woods. Back on some single track even. And it looks like, over to the right, that looks like part of the Dobson Trail, near the entrance that I did on Thursday. But it can't be. There's no way I looped back around that far. But you never know. I really have no idea what I'm doing. Beautiful spot though. Nice packed single trail. Single track trail. I don't want to say I'm getting concerned about being lost, but I'm really almost ready for this trek to be over, and I'm really having a hard time getting my bearings here in the woods. But this trail is so well packed and groomed, and we're like, 5 minutes from a subdivision. I assume we're headed somewhere, and we'll probably pop out, if not exactly where I hope, in the ballpark sometime soon. Oh, okay, a little option to go that way, but I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Well, wish me luck. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm not going this way. Whoops, I thought I was just videotaping my navigating over this little water area with some really dramatic footage, but oh well. Anyway, back to the trail. Let's hope we're gonna be home soon. We've got to be there. We've got to be getting close to the end. Oh my goodness. I think I'm back to the power lines. That I passed earlier. But I have no idea how far along the power lines I am. I'm really kind of lost. No idea where I am. Oh my goodness, there's the water tower over there. If you can see that. I want to go back in the woods, thinking that's going to take me where I want to be, but I'm going to risk it. It's actually starting to get a little dark. It will be soon, so I better get my act together soon. I'm going to go to this trail here and maybe pick up the pace a bit, try to get this over with, figure out where I am, and hopefully come back in a second with a nice, clean recap. Okay, that box looks familiar. I think we are actually where I want to go. This looks like where I came in way back when, and we went that way. So I think we are finally back to the start. I'll never be so glad to see the dollar store in my life. Yes, I see the gas station, I see Dollarama, and I see Kent Building Supplies. So, we are finally back where we started. The silly Johnny Walker sign and the Dobson Trail link / other trail sign. So that's it for the day, folks. A little more dramatic and lost, if you will, than I expected, but oh well. A bit of an adventure. Have a good one.